Welcome to the All About Bodybuilding channel. We are now just 16 weeks away from the 2025 Mr. Olympia, and so far 18 bodybuilders have officially qualified in the open bodybuilding division. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at each of these athletes, who they are, which show they want to qualify, how they placed at the last Olympia, and what kind of physique updates they've shared so far. From past champions to rising stars, we'll break down everything you need to know. So stay with us till the end, and don't forget to share your predictions in the comments below. At number 1, we have the reigning Mr. Olympia, Samson Dauda. Samson Dauda is coming into this year's Olympia as the defending champion, and his recent update at 16 weeks out is making headlines. He revealed that he currently weighs around 328 pounds, and that's before even starting his cutting phase. That means he's in full off-season size mode, and by the time he steps on stage, he's expected to be around 300 pounds again, just like last year. But the difference this year is that Samson is looking even fuller and bigger than before. Last time, the only thing that cost him at the Arnold Classic was his conditioning. He lost to Derek Lunsford because he wasn't sharp enough. Now, if Samson brings tight conditioning along with his massive size and shape, it's going to be extremely hard for anyone to beat him. He's already got the structure, muscle flow, and stage presence. The next few weeks will be very important to see how well he sharpens up. At number 2, we have Hadi Choopan, the 2022 Olympia champion. Hadi Choopan has been very quiet this season. He hasn't shared any recent physique updates, and the last thing we saw was a posing video almost 8 months ago. Since losing his Olympia title to Samson last year, Hadi has put all his focus on coming back stronger for this year's show. He didn't compete at the Arnold or any other pro show. He's fully committed to prepping for Olympia 2025. What makes Hadi dangerous is his ability to bring insane grainy conditioning, super hard muscles, and sharp separation. Even though we haven't seen his latest shape, history tells us that when Hadi is on point, he can beat anyone. Now, the big question is, can Hadi peak perfectly and take back his title? At number 3, we have Derek Lunsford, the 2023 Mr. Olympia. Derek Lunsford recently posted an emotional video explaining why he's been off social media. After the Pittsburgh Pro, he went through a tough time, including the loss of his grandmother and dealing with personal pressure from travel, family responsibilities, and competing. But despite everything, Derek made it clear he's still all in for Olympia 2025. His 19-week out physique update shows he's back on track. His chest looks more detailed, his abs are tighter, and his legs are showing deep separation. If Derek continues like this and sharpens his waist even more, he'll be one of the biggest threats to reclaim the title. At number 4, we have Nick Walker. Nick is one of the most hyped athletes going into this year's Olympia. He recently shared his 16-week out update, and fans are impressed. He looks shredded, and his waist is visibly tighter now, which was a weak point before. Nick has crazy muscle size and is known for his freaky look. But to really compete with guys like Samson and Derek, he has to control his midsection and improve some posing angles, especially in the front and side shots. His back poses are already elite. If he peaks perfectly and keeps his waist tight, Nick could be in the top 3 easily. At number 5, we have Behruz Tabani, who recently won the 2025 Dubai Pro Show and officially qualified for this year's Mr. Olympia. This is his second Dubai Pro title in a row. He won it last year too, but due to visa issues, he couldn't step on the Olympia stage in 2024, which was disappointing for him and his fans. But this year, things are different. Behruz not only defended his title like a true warrior, but also took home a massive $140,000 prize, showing he's more ready than ever. His physique looked sharp, full, and well balanced on stage. Now that he's qualified, fans are excited to finally see him compete at Mr. Olympia 2025 and prove what he's truly capable of on the biggest stage in bodybuilding. At number 6, we have Martin Fitzwater. Martin Fitzwater is probably one of the most improved athletes in this year's lineup. He shared his 18-week out update and he looks massive. He has added a lot of muscle size without losing his conditioning or aesthetics. His physique looks well balanced with full round muscles and sharp lines. With so many top-tier guys on the Olympia stage this year, it won't be easy to crack the top 5, but Martin has a real shot if he peaks perfectly. He's not someone you should count out. At number 7, we have Big Ramy, a two-time Mr. Olympia. Big Ramy is planning a comeback to the Olympia this year, and the excitement is real. We haven't seen recent physique updates, but Olympia judge Tariq El Guindi said if Ramy brings back his 2020 form, he becomes a serious threat. Ramy is known for his massive size, usually over 300 pounds on stage, and when his conditioning is on point, he becomes very difficult to beat. The main thing to watch is whether Ramy can bring a tight midsection, sharp legs, and better separation this time. If yes, he could shake up the whole lineup. At number 8, we have Andrew Jacked. Andrew Jacked is one of the most genetically gifted bodybuilders in this lineup. He won the FIBO Pro Show earlier this year and already qualified. He placed 5th at the last 2 Olympics, but this year could be a turning point. Andrew has great structure and muscle shape, but his glutes and hamstrings often lack sharpness. Also, his back needs more depth. If he fixes these areas and brings full conditioning in both prejudging and finals, he can move up the ranks. Consistency will be key for him this year. At number 9, we have William Bonac, one of the most experienced athletes on this list. Even at 43 years old, he's still going strong and recently won the Detroit Pro Show to earn his qualification for the 2025 Mr. Olympia. Bonac's latest update shows excellent muscle detail, strong arms, thick legs, tight abs, and overall great conditioning. He also seems to have better control of his midsection, which has been a focus in recent years. Most recently, he also placed 2nd at the Dubai Pro Show, right behind Behrouz Tabani, proving that he is still very competitive on the international stage. With his maturity and stage experience, if Bonac peaks perfectly, he can still be dangerous this year at Olympia. At number 10, we have Tonio Burton, who qualified for the Olympia after winning the Legion Sports Fest Pro. Tonio has one of the most aesthetic and complete structures in the game: wide shoulders, small waist, and dense muscle thickness. His recent physique update still looks very impressive. Tonio is known for his solid conditioning, but if he can add more detail to his chest and bring a slightly sharper overall look, he could do some real damage at the Olympia. Most recently, Tonio placed 3rd at the Dubai Pro Show, right behind William Bonac and Behrouz Tabani, showing that he's still improving and staying competitive. If he peaks at the right time, he could surprise a lot of people on the Olympia stage. At number 11, we have Rafael Brandão from Brazil. Rafael is known for his aesthetic shape, flowing lines, and symmetry. His 19-week out update shows he weighs around 290 pounds and is looking great, especially from the side. However, at last year's Olympia, he didn't perform well and ended up outside the top 10. This year's lineup is much tougher, so he'll need to bring his absolute best to make it back into the top spots. If he peaks right, his shape and structure could help him stand out. At number 12, we have Sasan Herati, Sasan had to work hard this year. He competed in several shows and finally won the Toronto Pro to qualify for Olympia. He came close in many shows, often finishing runner-up. What makes him stand out is his consistent conditioning. He always comes in shredded and full. Now, it's about seeing if he can bring that same level to the Olympia stage. If yes, he could surprise many people. At number 13, we have Regan Grimes. Regan qualified by winning the California Pro Show. He also placed fourth at the New York Pro and second at the Toronto Pro. His shape is always one of the best, wide shoulders, small waist, and good muscle flow. But his conditioning is hit or miss. In Toronto, Sasan beat him mainly because he was sharper. If Regan finally nails his peak and conditioning, he has the structure to place very well at Olympia. At number 14, we have Vitaly Goodvito. Goodvito is one of the most exciting Brazilian athletes right now. His recent front double biceps update shows huge arms, wide lats, and a strong V-taper. His legs are also massive. This year, his upper body looks more balanced than before. If he peaks perfectly and brings great conditioning, he could break into the top 10 for the first time. At number 15, we have Brandon Curry, the 2019 Olympia champion. At 42 years old, Brandon is still passionate about the sport. After placing 8th last year, he looked much better at the Arnold Classic. He's been training hard, getting feedback from judges, and working smart. He was recently seen posing with Samson and Derek, showing that he's staying involved at the top level. If he brings more detail and fullness, he can still be a serious threat. At number 16, we have Akeem Williams. Akeem is known for his monster physique, thick arms, dense chest, and huge legs. His recent update shows great width and size. When Akeem controls his waist properly, he gets a very strong X-frame. The only thing he needs is top-level conditioning. If he shows up shredded, he can move up in the ranks easily. And at number 17, we have Brett Wilkin. Brett is Martin Fitzwater's close friend and training partner, and this might be his Olympia debut. In his recent photos with Martin, Brett looks even bigger. But no matter how big he looks, it all comes down to conditioning. If he nails his peak and stays sharp, Brett can make a strong first impression on the Olympia stage. At number 18, we have Chenglong Shen from China, who just won the Huangji China Pro Show and officially qualified for the 2025 Mr. Olympia. What makes this win even more impressive is that he defeated Andrea Presti, a strong European contender, to take the title. This year will mark Chenglong's Olympia debut, and fans are eager to see what he brings to the biggest stage in bodybuilding. Chenglong has a monster physique, thick, muscular, and extremely shredded. Chinese bodybuilders are known for their discipline, sharp conditioning, and serious approach to prep. While they usually have shorter height, their physiques are packed with muscle and detail. If Chenglong peaks right, he could surprise a lot of people at the Olympics 2025. That's the full list of all 18 qualified athletes for the 2025 Mr. Olympia, each one bringing something unique to the stage. Some are past champions, some are hungry newcomers, and some are returning with something to prove. Who do you think will win this year's Olympia? Will Samson defend his title, or will Derek, Hadi, or Nick take it back? Drop your top 5 predictions in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the All About Bodybuilding channel for more expert updates, previews, and analysis on all major bodybuilding events. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.